Hi all, this is Dr. J at 11 coming to you live, streaming live from Long Island, New York with the midday market report. Markets are trying to come back. Last I looked, the NASDAQ was leading the way back. The Dow was a little iffy or flat. So is the S&P. We'll check the averages. We'll check athxs. We'll check actinium. We'll check adxs. We'll check amrn. Symbols amrn, athx, adxs, and atnm, and also the NASDAQ, the 100. We'll look at the chart of that. Have we topped on the NASDAQ? That's the question some people are beginning to ask, with forecasts of world markets coming down, and I think the IMF issued a report, and also China issuing a lower forecast for their GDP. And finally, the threat of trade wars and rising interest rates. So we have all this negativity, all these tailwinds around us. But does Dr. J get worried? We'll find out. Let's see what the story is. Okay, let's share screen. By the way, do your own due diligence. My opinions are my own, and they do not constitute investment advice. And please subscribe to the video. If you like the video, then please, by all means, let me know, like it, give me some comments. Let's quickly go through this. I know you're very busy in the middle of the day, as am I. I got a lot of day's activities ahead. Okay, so actinium, pharmaceuticals, ATNM. This is a very interesting chart, if it ever comes up. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so thanks to Yahoo Interactive Finance, we get these charts, and you see it up on top. I'm using Yahoo Finance. Very simple to use charts, I think. In any event, by drawing this upper horizontal trend line, this is at 83 cents, I believe I drew this. This has a lot of touches and is a logical trend line. Now, my original trend line was looking at these 3 points, and eventually they would meet up in a triangle down the road here, right about the beginning of the year. No. 1/12/20, yeah, the end of the year. However, if you tighten that a little bit, in more recent activity, you see that this is a nice trend line. So we have two interesting triangles. The first one coming to a head very soon, like 10/19, something like that, by the end of next week. So this little triangle here implies that we're going to get a move out of the triangle by the end of next week. I would like to see a continuation of this rally. We come out of the triangle and zoom. However, it's possible we come out of this triangle and then retest the lower trend line right around here at 70 cents. You know, 70 cents sounds like a terrible give back, and it is, but it's still a lot bigger than it still takes out the 69 cents, which we were trying to take out for a very long time. So I know it's bad, but it's still good support, and then we could start following the lower trend line up and eventually get there. It would just be by the end of the year instead of by the end of the week. Actinium is awaiting data. If that data comes soon, this inner triangle comes into play. If the data takes longer, then this outer triangle will probably be the trading range. So probably actinium stays more or less in this trading range of the triangles, this inner triangle and the outer triangle, until news on data. News on data will propel it one way or the other, hopefully up. Athxs. Athxs is probably my biggest biotechnology holding. since the price of Geron has collapsed. That used to be my biggest. Let's take a look at the chart of athxs. Maybe I should hit enter. Okay, enter did the trick. I noticed the upper trend line. It was in a trading range from $1.85 to $2.10 for the longest time. And now it's been trying to free itself of the 210 trading range. It's a little disconcerting. I didn't tell it to reload. All right, reload already. What I want to point out is that for about 10 days straight, athxs has hit that 210 number, trying to go above it. And that's not good, but today might be the magical day that it frees itself of the 210 level. The low of the day so far is 211. It's only by a penny, but it's still meaningful as far as I'm concerned. So I'd like to see a taller candle than what's currently what we currently have, up 3 pennies to 214. I would like to see this red higher day on 926 taken out of 223. That would make me very happy, and as long as we're free of that 210 level. So a move up to the 225 level, and I think we fly, and then it's clear sailing ahead. But we need to get clear of this 210 level. And so far, so good today, even if it is by only a penny. We're waiting on news. Everybody's waiting on news. Biotechnology is news driven. Okay, amrn had its news. It had very good data. And we jumped from the 250 level where it was sitting forever to $10, $12, closing at 14 cents, closing at 1240 on the day of the news, and then following a clear ascending trend line since, giving back a little today, found the trend line, and is starting to move up again. I think we have a nice little triangle that culminates on the October 22nd. So we will break out of this triangle sometime before then, and probably with news of some sort. It's possible we pull back to the levels of 1490, something like that. That's where I drew the low of the day on this key low of 10.2. So I think that's where I would draw the line in the sand, so to speak. I think we're looking at a trading range between $20.50 and $15 while waiting news. News that we're waiting on is whether or not amrn will be taken out, and for how much. And how much is more important than the if, because it seems likely that this small biotech will be bought out, just like CPXX was. So CPXX, when it was trading around 16, 17, fell back to about 14, where I remember buying it, and got taken out in the 30s. So the reason I'm charting this one, I'm not in this one, I don't follow it, but several of you asked me to chart this and give my opinion. So my opinion is we're in the trading range 15 to 2050. Shout out to Allison and others. So, it's a tough call. What do you do if you own this stock, or you sold some of it and you're holding the rest of it? Well, if you sold some of it and you're holding the rest of it, then that's your game plan. All right, so this has been, I was going to sign off without looking at the ever important NASDAQ index. Can't do that. NASDAQ index is making a comeback today, leading the rest of the averages, but it has given back a little. Let's see, as of 11:13, it was up about 35 points. Let's update that a little bit. Just to take a look where we are now. The NASDAQ 100 being led higher by Apple. which is having a good day. Oh, we could look at Apple, actually. I have that up here as well. Okay, so we're now up 58 points, 0.8, about 0.75%. That's a nice move up. I think we might have bottomed at 7,300 yesterday, at the 7,300 level. It was 72.67 actually yesterday. So that might have been the bottom. And if that's true, then we're going to try to challenge the double top at 7,700. So 7,700 is going to be a formidable number at this point for the NASDAQ to go through. It goes through 7,700. We're off to the races for the rest of the year. On the other hand, if it goes below this 7,000 area, then I think we sink to the 6,150 level. So the NASDAQ is in a little bit iffy position right now. There's tailwinds, as I pointed out before, but I think the general euphoria of the bullish stock market will take this higher to new heights before we actually end this bull market. So I've been saying all along, I don't think the bull market is over. I think we have at least till the end of the year, maybe into January, maybe even longer than that. I'll revise my thinking as appropriate. This has been Dr. J with the midday market report. I hope you've enjoyed my mid-morning market report. I hope you find it useful. I hope that you have a very good trading day for the rest of the day. I wish you all successful trades. I didn't show my Apple chart, but that's okay. Basically, it's up over 2, leading the charge forward in the NASDAQ 100. Apple is the beast of the NASDAQ 100. It's my favorite FANG stock. I think it's a phenomenal company with phenomenal products. This has been Dr. J at 11, reminding you to subscribe to the channel, share the link, tell your friends. See you all tomorrow. I don't think I'll be back with a market wrap today. So this is it for the day. But I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. With that, I say sayonara, shalom, au revoir, hasta la vista, ciao.